There's another person related to Frogan who's been in some hot water recently that I think is worth talking about, worth covering. And that is none other than our favorite streamer of all time, our favorite guy, perhaps one of the greatest content creators known to man, Hassan Piker. So if you guys don't know, there was a podcast a while ago called Leftovers, which was Ethan Klein and Hassan's collaborative podcast when Ethan was on his full lefty arc. Well, their relationship's been pretty tenuous for a while, and that's kind of sad. You know, very sad to see two of my favorite content creators splitting apart, having kind of a sad relationship, you know, breakup. I mean, you know, obviously I'm parasocially attached to both of these people, so it's very sad to see that. But Ethan recently, on the H3 podcast, we reacted to this. He called out Hassan for a lot of the stuff that Destiny, a lot of the stuff that myself, a lot of the people that, you know, stuff people on Twitter have been calling him out for, namely supporting terrorists. And it wasn't like his call out was like a call out of his politics, because I think Ethan in a lot of ways actually agrees with Hassan's base politics. It wasn't a call out of that. It was more just, why are you doing crazy shit? Why are you platforming terrorists on your stream, right? Why are you doing that? What the fuck is wrong with you? And I think that that is based. I'm glad to see Ethan doing that and kind of, you know, realizing the error of his ways. Now, obviously, one big criticism I made that a lot of people agree with is like, well, Ethan, you know, you're complaining about Hassan's community being crazy towards you, but you also invited his community fully knowing how crazy they were onto your podcast. To an extent, I think that is true. Now, at the same time, Hassan, I would say, has gotten more unhinged probably recently with the Israel-Palestine stuff. So, you know, maybe we can give Ethan a little leeway there. But he did kind of invite this chaos into his life a little bit. Like, I think he could have, you know, I don't want to make like a victim blaming, like, well, what was Ethan wearing type argument about this. But realistically, he could have maybe seen this coming a little bit, right? A little bit. But to his credit, Ethan has been calling him out, which is nice to see. And Hassan, in his infinite wisdom, has refused to actually watch any of Ethan's response outside of a few little clips. He has absolutely refused to. Instead, he's decided to play the victim about all of this.
It does matter. He's literally weaponizing his insane audience. We need to fight back, bro. Bro, if you heard some of the things...
The idea of somebody in Hassan's chat calling Ethan's audience insane is so fucking funny. The idea of a guy who is a terrorist supporter, a literal, like, this is not even an exaggeration. We saw this in the last video, from like the last 5 videos done on this guy. The idea of a guy who supports terrorists on his stream, who has his chat mod saying she is glad, Frogan, keep in mind, this is chat mod, his community member, who has one of his chat mods saying she's glad that soldiers get PTSD. The idea of someone in his chat calling Ethan Klein's audience insane is so awesome. It is so, like, it's better than anything I could ever dream of.
He said about you today, it's messed up. We're not making it up. Yeah, guys, there is no winning in this battle, okay? There is no winning in this battle. There's nothing you and I or this community or anyone can do.
Keep in mind, it's not like Hassan has even tried. When Ethan tried to text him about this stuff and, like, you know, work it out behind the scenes privately to try and, like, you know, calm things down and get Hassan's community to stop harassing him, Hassan ignored him. When Ethan posted his response, Hassan won't even engage with it. He won't even watch it in full. He won't even engage with the arguments. He'll just poison the well. He'll just call him unhinged. He'll say, oh, he'll just never get it.
Nothing at all. This is precisely the reason why I just eat it every fucking day, okay? For the past...
And look at how much he's playing the victim. This is why I just eat it. This is why I just take it. He's like a veteran. He's the veteran of Twitch, okay? This is why when I get called out, I just take it, okay? What's that Dark Knight quote? It's like, he'll take it because he can. He's not the hero that Gotham deserves. He's the one it needs. Hassan is the hero that Twitch needs to secure more advertisers.
Past 12 months. For the past 12 months, this has been endless, okay? When they can't get anything off of me and my statements, then they fucking turn around and, you know, pick apart different statements from the chat. They can't do that. They go after people that are also
as if there's nothing to criticize him for. Like, he's acting as if Ethan has no ammo and all he's doing is reading Hassan's chat, when Hassan on stream has said he's glad that rich white women get raped. Like, it's so frustrating watching this guy, because it's not even about his politics, okay? Do I think a lot of the shit he says is cringe? Yes. But if he was at least honest about it and just like base and double down, I'd be like, all right, well, at least he's being honest. But he's so disingenuous. He's such a slimy little fucking rat.
That are also pro-Palestinian, but have smaller audiences. Support the ethnic...
Like, acting as if, like, Hassan... acting as if Hassan is, like, taking a bullet for Frogan, and, like, you shouldn't be able to call out Frogan because she has a smaller audience. Well, maybe if she was more entertaining, she'd have a bigger audience, first of all. Maybe if she wasn't just constantly dick-sucking you, she'd have a bigger audience. And secondly... like, this is such crybaby behavior. You have a public platform. Frogan has a public platform. Dennis has a public platform. All these people associate with Hassan. He raises their streams. He promotes them all the time. He endorses them. He was farming donations to them even after they got banned, which is against Twitch TOS, okay? Not advocating for his ban, but it is against Twitch TOS, okay? The idea that when you make a public comment and somebody larger than you responds, when you are the one shitting on them, The idea that that is a bad thing to do or that is bullying is insane. It is fucking foul.
Displacement of all Israelis? Yeah, I very clearly do not. And actually, I've had a conversation with him directly about how I do not.
Well, then just respond to the clips. Just respond to him. Respond to his call out in full. It's that easy. Like, imagine, the thing is, too, like, if you're thinking advantageously about content, if Ethan Klein called me out, I would be frothing at the mouth to respond. If I think I'm right, I would be frothing at the mouth to respond to it in full. Because that would be hours and hours of content I get to respond to. That would be so fun. He should be reveling in this. Instead, he's just a coward. He hides because he can't actually respond to what Ethan says substantively because there's no justification for it. He would look insane. I think he knows he's looked insane enough. So instead, all he can do is just read other people's characterizations.
Which is why I am a supporter of a one-state solution.
So yeah, there you go. Pretty epic clip. Pretty awesome. And that's not it. Hassan fans have been melting down about this, okay? Keep in mind, with Hassan, I've played the clip so many times, okay? Like in so many videos, you can easily watch the Tom Dark video I did about it, where I showed him literally like laughing and supporting at rape, right? They are calling Ethan Klein a terrible person for this. The context of this is after the AI deepfake scandal. This is her crying about it, and this is Ethan's reaction. That's the context of this.
Why? Why? What is going on with you?
Sorry, don't mind me.
If you are able to look at women who are not selling themselves or benefiting off of...
Why?
What is...
Pretty crazy clip. I thought that was just funny. He is making a joke. Obviously, because he knows Cutie Cinderella is going to get shit for this. And to be clear, you know, on the AI deepfake thing, I'm a bit of a feminist on this issue. I do actually feel bad for Cutie Cinderella. I feel bad for girls who put themselves out there on the internet and then AI deepfake porn is made of them. Obviously, they would feel violated and weird about it, especially because, you know, one of their friends was, jerking it to some of that porn. I don't think he was jerking it to Cutie Cinderella specifically, but he was jerking it. He was on that website kind of implicitly supporting it. I think he paid for it. So obviously, I understand her being sad about that. But at the same time, you know, you can laugh at it. Like Cutie Cinderella, honestly, her crying, you can shit on it all you want, but that's just like a normal girl reaction. Like that is the most normal girl reaction you can have. So, but it is funny. The way that Ethan responded to this is funny. It was a fucking joke. It is funny. Okay, you can't deny that. But keep in mind, this to them is their friendly reminder that Ethan Klein's a terrible person. Keep in mind, he apologized for this. Meanwhile, Hassan is having terrorists on his stream. He is lying about it. He will not apologize. He refuses to even acknowledge he did anything wrong. Okay? Like, this is the comparison. Like, him laughing at a girl crying because she got deepfaked on a website is way worse. Way worse somehow than Hassan having a terrorist pirate on his stream. It is like the standards these people have are so crazy. And they are literally crying about this, make no mistake. This is a really awesome post from Hassan's Dimple, which is just like a Stan account. Dear God, please give all the pain Hassan has ever felt in his life. Multiply it by 100 million and give it all to Ethan Klein and any of his disgusting supporters. I'm so serious. All the pain he's felt in his life? What pain has he felt in his life? He was born rich into a rich family. He got a nepotism job at the Young Turks, and then he managed to transition into a full-time streamer. I'm not saying he had everything given to him, but he had a lot given to him. What pain has this man felt? He lives in like a multi-million-dollar house in California. He drives a Porsche. What fucking suffering does this guy feel? He's a streamer. This is like somebody saying, dear God, please give all the pain Tom has ever felt in his life. Multiply it by 100 million and give it all to Ethan Klein. Like, what pain? You're a fucking streamer, dude. You sit on your ass and get to watch other people's content and just like censor criticism of you. You're in such luxury that you get to live in a country where one of the biggest companies in the world that you get to criticize all the time because you're a base socialist, right? And you hate capitalism, allows you to stream on their website while you shit talk them constantly, implicitly with your ideology. Well, at the same time, you get to support terrorists on your stream. Yeah, this guy is in such a rough position, okay? The terrorists watching his streams are begging to have his life. They are begging to be able to be like he does, okay? This guy makes millions of dollars a year doing this. It is fucking foul. We live in a fucked up place. We live in a fucked up time. Now, Hassan ended up responding to a chatter who basically was like, oh, maybe Ethan's right. Old chatter asks, aren't you doing exactly what Ethan criticizes you of? Hassan reaches into the playbook. Sarcasm, belittling. I watched the clip. What? And finally, I won't watch the rest of it because I don't want to feel bad.
Do you not think he's possibly correct about anything, even partly? Aren't you literally doing exactly what he criticizes of you, though? Do you think that may be what he wants? Actually asking so you can think of it? Aren't you doing literally exactly what he criticizes you of, though?
Keep in mind what he's criticizing him for is constantly taking Ethan out of context, refusing to acknowledge his full criticism, and making this like alternate reality version of him on his stream where he can just shit talk him behind his wall of supporters and not have to actually engage with anything substantively. That is what he's accusing him of.
Yes, dude, you're right. I am pro-terrorism, pro-China, pro-Russia. Yes, what he criticized me of is actually correct. You're right.
Well, I'm not pro-terrorism. at all. What? Me pro-terrorism? Why would you ever say that?
What the fuck are you talking about? Just say what you mean.
He said exactly what he meant. He literally said it. You are the one who would not say what you mean. Like, arguing with this guy is like arguing with somebody with like a fucking shapeshifter. Every time you call him out, he shapeshifts into a new person.
Just say what you think out of these criticisms is correct.
He just said it. He literally just said it in plain text.
Just say it. I don't mean that exactly, dude, but just assuming like that. Assuming just like that. I mean, what do you mean assuming? That is the clip. Please just say what you think is wrong and I can address it. Okay?
Literally says the criticism. Literally says it in plain text. Just say what you really think, man. Look at how hard he's malding. He's so mad. They aren't terrorists. They're musical revolutionaries. Yeah, true. Well,
I don't think I can articulate it possibly. Then I apologize. I don't understand. Then why? Why is it? Why? It's not that hard. It's not that hard, man. It's not. You can just tell me exactly what it is. His criticisms that you won't listen to his takes and you will only pick out the worst things that Chad says. The reason why I don't want to fucking watch his video is because I don't want to be more disappointed than I already am. It doesn't.
What the fuck does that mean? I don't want to be more disappointed than I already am. What a fucking bullshit excuse. Guys, the reason why I don't want to respond to this very salient criticism of somebody accusing me of supporting terrorists, which by the way, if Hassan thinks he doesn't support terrorists, he should be responding to that because that is possibly one of the worst hits to your reputation you could ever have, that you support terrorism just shy of being a pedophile. I cannot think of anything worse than supporting terrorism. He's like, guys, I won't respond to it because it just, it just makes me too sad, man. Like, fuck, like, damn. It just makes me sad.
Fucking matter. He's going to probably clip this and fucking cry about that too. Okay? That's why. He explicitly said he wants Asmongold fans to stay away and he agrees with the ban. I watched the whole video and don't want you to be misinformed like him. Yeah, I know. I'm embellishing when I say, what does he want? Asmongold? That's a fucking person who disagrees with me.
So there you go. Very honest response from him, as always. But funnily enough, Hassan is also getting a lot of shit from people who, I wouldn't say it's someone you wouldn't expect, but it's people who are outside of the politics world who are calling him out, including Mutahar from Some Ordinary Gamers. He decided to make a video called Twitch is a Disgustingly Evil Platform where he called out Hassan for all his bullshit. 38 minutes long. Very based of him. Like to see it. And you can see a lot of the comments are obviously supporting him, being like, this is fucked up. What Hassan is an insane person. Twitch is a crazy platform for allowing him to exist like this, which I think is a relatively just like normal opinion, like very, very middle of the road. And so how did Hassan respond? How did he respond? Okay. How did he respond to Mutahar calling him out? Did he watch the full video? Did he respond to the criticisms in good faith? Obviously not. Instead, this is what he said.
Effort into fucking DEI and who invest all of their time and effort into fucking DEI initiatives in video games or whatever are now making fucking hit pieces, and now I have to take that shit seriously? Like, get the fuck out of here. Why am I supposed to talk to someone who doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about? How am I gonna fucking sit here? Like, I'm just gonna sit here and listen to every fucking drama farming centrist YouTuber with a fucking alt-right adjacent crowd that they are desperately trying to fucking capture the attention of every single time someone makes a YouTube video? Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, let's be serious, man. Come on.
All right, so a few things here. In case you don't know, the alt-right, the alternative right, nowadays at least, that denotes, generally white nationalism, generally being far right, the Great Replacement Theory, wanting to deport brown people. I don't know if you've noticed, but Mutahar is fucking brown! He's a fucking Indian! He's a fucking immigrant! Actually, I don't think he's an immigrant. His family is. But how the fuck can this guy be alt-right? He is a fucking Indian! He's brown! He's a Muslim! How the fuck is this guy alt-right or catering to an alt-right audience? How? Not only that, not only is he slandering him, calling him alt-right, but on top of that, if you actually fucking look at his videos, it sounds like, oh, this guy only talks about DEI initiatives. I went through his videos. I cannot find any content where he is talking about DEI initiatives, okay? Like, it does not exist, as if he would really care that much. Maybe there's one somewhere. If there is, given who Mutahar is, I assume it's not like, we gotta get the gays out of video games. Like, he's making videos about Lunchly, Internet Archive getting hacked, Pokemon leaks, TikTok, hackers taking down Internet Archive, talking about OceanGate. Like, the idea that this guy who makes videos about Diddy, who is a brown guy, is courting an alt-right, like, sensationalist audience is fucking insane. It is fucking retarded. How could you ever say something like that? Ever. I do not understand. Well, in the midst of this, Hassan was also, getting busy breaking Twitch TOS, making sure to link to donations to these banned streamers, like Frogan, for example, and this Capri guy, because he wants to financially support them, despite the fact that Twitch is taking action against them for the crazy shit they say. On top of that, while Hassan's audience will cry about being banned and censorship, his audience is actively encouraging people to report Ethan Klein for harassment. This is from his subreddit. Just report Ethan for harassment and move on, please. We're better than this. The amount of people going on about who said what is staggering, but it's obvious that Hassan has a lot more emotional intelligence than Ethan does when it comes to criticism. Yeah, Hassan, at least they were white and rich when they got raped. Piker is the emotionally intelligent guy. I don't want to take away anyone's enjoyment of arguing, but it never ends well. How does it never end well? You only think it never ends well if you've never argued in your life. You only think it doesn't end well if you're bad at arguing. So please just go report his last Friday's pod and Monday's pod as well as his personal channel's last 2 videos and let him deal with whatever YouTube decides to do with him. Keep in mind, Ethan did not do anything crazy in these streams. He did not encourage terrorism. He did not encourage any bad behavior. He did not say anyone should kill Hassan. He didn't say anyone should bully him. He didn't encourage anyone to go fuck with him. He literally just criticized his takes. And Hassan's audience is like, yeah, you know, I mean, there's just no benefit to arguing. By the way, report his streams. Report everything right now. Get him banned. Like, these people are evil. If you disagree with them at all, keep in mind, this is a fucking terrorist supporter. This is a terrorist supporter subreddit. If you disagree with him, he advocates for you to go fucking ban people. I always thought Some Ordinary Gamers was a mildly edgy centrist. Yeah. If he has any political opinion, he's never talked about it publicly. Even when he was covering Keffels, one of the most disgusting people online. He didn't play into, you know, what some Kiwi Farms guys would like. He didn't play into what a lot of, like, you know, kind of transphobic people would like, obviously. He was like, hey, I'm going to respect pronouns, but Keffels is a disgusting person. Like, these people are scum. If you call them out, they won't even argue with you. They won't even respond. They'll just say, it's not worth responding. Let's get them banned right now. It is absolutely insane. It is absolutely fucking disgusting. Now, Hassan ended up calling out friend of the stream, Nicholas Diorio, with, you know, I think he really got him here. Very good criticism for sure.
Yeah, I like that we're getting our notes from this guy, by the way, in terms of who we need to ban. Like, that's what...
Every time anyone criticizes Hassan, oh, it's this guy. Oh, it's this guy. Doesn't acknowledge the criticisms. Doesn't acknowledge that any of it is valid at all. It's just, it's this guy. Isn't it this guy?
What I mean, it's like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious, dude. It's so obvious how motivated this shit is. Like, it is not, these are not people who give a fuck about edgy content. Like, this...
Yeah, the point is not that being edgy is bad. Everybody in the commentary community is edgy, okay? I'm extremely edgy. I've said a lot of, you know, I've had some clips. There's no doubt. The problem is not being edgy or making jokes. The problem is supporting terrorism on a stream. That is different. There is a difference, make no mistake, between making a joke, being lighthearted, being funny, being goofy, being edgy, and genuinely saying that soldiers deserve PTSD or having a pirate terrorist on your stream. This is different. These are 2 different things. The fact that he can't see that or is unwilling to see it or is just too dishonest to acknowledge it is, it's just so annoying. It's so frustrating.
This guy literally used to have like a straight up Nazi program.
And then he just slanders him. He says, didn't he used to have a Nazi program? Ah, yes, Nicholas Diorio. The classic Nazi program guy. I genuinely don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. I don't know if someone in his chat lied to him and he just believed it. I don't know where this is coming from. I genuinely have no idea. Saying that Nicholas Diorio has a Nazi program? Bro thinks Nick is Nick Fuentes, I think. He knows who Nick Fuentes is. No, there's no way. You think Hassan doesn't know who Nick Fuentes is? You think he's confusing Fuentes, a Mexican name, with Diorio, an Italian name, and a clearly different profile picture and different account? How could he ever? You can't confuse these things. He's just lying. Someone in his chat said something and he decided to run with that slander, or he just pulled it out of his ass. This is all he can do. If you criticize him, all he can do is lie about you. It's literally like the 2017 like cringe social justice warrior. You're a Nazi. You're clearly a Nazi. The only people criticizing me are Nazis. Nick Diorio isn't even a political guy. Has he ever said anything political? Has he ever endorsed any candidate? Has he ever talked about like alt-right? Has he ever talked about like the great replacement? Like, what is this guy even saying? This is all he can do. All he can do is lie. All he can do is slander people. This is genuine slander, make no mistake. Like, this is slander. I don't know if it's actionable in court. Probably not. But this is, like, for all purposes of that word, maybe in a legal context, maybe not, this is slanderous. Now, I've also seen some other really awesome crybaby behavior from Hassan's community. For example, Ethan, because, you know, people are talking about him, they're criticizing him all the time. He decided to respond to a few of them on his Instagram story, which, if somebody makes a public comment, you have a right to respond to them. If somebody makes a public comment criticizing you, you're justified in responding. And this guy says, woke up to my Instagram being blown up by rabid H3 fans. Turns out Ethan screenshotted a comment I made and put it on his story. Fuck Ethan and his harassment campaign. Bro, you made a public comment on a public Instagram account with your real name where you criticized a public figure. How can you cry about being responded to? How can you call it a harassment campaign? Bro is in Praise of Shadows maxing. In Praise of Shadows is probably watching this just like, finally, Ethan's getting what he deserves. Wendigoon is next. Like, if I ever made a public comment towards a public figure, okay? And whether I had 1 follower or 1 million, I would expect, like, you have to make that comment expecting that you could be responded to. Like, you're literally begging for attention. You're pulling at Ethan's coattails. You're pulling at his pant leg, and you're shocked when he responds. Guess which comment is mine? Well, let's see. Which one is it? Is it him saying Zionism sucks? Hey, look, a fascist on Ozempic? Or Hamas is based? Or is it fucking leftist Jews? If you make a comment similar to any of these, Hamas is based, endorsing a terrorist organization, fucking leftist Jews, like actual, anti-Semitism, I would say. You're going to be surprised if somebody responds to you? That's going to be shocking to you, really? That's going to like blow your fucking mind? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So, yeah, I mean, it's, basically the kind of responses you would expect from Hassan Piker. I'm not shocked in the least. I'm a little bit surprised that he's still going with this narrative, but or that his audience is allowing him to, but he basically exists in an echo chamber, right? Like, he doesn't collab with other people. He only collabs with people who agree with him. He refuses to acknowledge genuine criticism. He refuses to get into the weeds with anything. It's just, it's kind of classic Hassan behavior, and it sucks. But that's the Hassan promise. That's the way he got big. Like, imagine like saying that Mutahar is doing a right-wing alt-right grift while your fans are calling people leftist Jews, while your fans are saying Hamas is based, an internationally recognized terrorist organization by every definition of the word. Oh, Nelson Mandela was called a terrorist too. Thank you for your riveting commentary. I really look forward to the day that Hassan's audience, well, actually, I don't think it'll happen. Honestly, I say it, but it'll probably never happen. It hasn't happened for years. I doubt his audience will ever, literally ever, come around and realize what's going on here. I would be very surprised. Now, Hassan is having a bit of a spiral right now. He reacted to himself 3 times because he can't react to other people who criticize him. He had to react to himself, reactception, which is fucking funny. Super based moment. He's also been crying about viewership, about his loss of viewership, about the fact that, big surprise, when you have an audience of politically brain-rotted sycophants, they actually don't really want to see you do anything else, When you have an audience of people who literally only want to see you spew garbage and support terrorism, I don't think you should be that surprised when they don't want to watch you game. Big shocker, he's not the greatest gaming streamer of all time. We got these awesome DMs from Hassan. I believe this is to his Discord. Bro's got a problem. I'm looking into scary games. Literally sub 10K proving my point, SMH. Can't believe mentally deficient losers screen record everything. The most annoying MFs on the planet every day. Mentally deficient losers. Keep in mind, Hassan reacts to clips of other people all the time. Is anybody who records a public live stream a mentally deficient loser? Like, you say something publicly, you're surprised that you get criticism for saying it publicly in front of tens of thousands of people. Like, this is shocking to you. How much more can you play the victim? I will never rely on this Discord for shit. Immediately. OMG, y'all suck ass. Not an assurance I will play. I'll download some. Where's the scary game list? It's so annoying. Y'all chirp about gaming but don't actually want to watch the games. Y'all chirp about gaming every day. Look at the stream every day. I don't have time to play, man. I'm going to video game myself if people keep chirping me like this. So yeah, I really look forward to Hassan's new Let's Play of Black Myth Wukong. I think everybody's going to be watching it and really like it. I don't know why he's surprised that the guy who spews political brain rot and lies about everyone else every day does not have an audience of people who care about him as a person and instead just want to watch him lie about everyone else and then tune out when he plays video games. And keep in mind, like, what he's mad about here is getting less than 10,000 viewers. Less than 10,000, which is insane. For any streamer, anyone would murder someone else. They would sell their left nut. They would any female streamer would sell their fucking womb to get less than 10,000 people watching their video game stream. And this guy is complaining. His ego is so hurt, so fucking hurt by the fact that he's not getting more than 10,000 viewers.